Jesus. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Somebody celebrate Jesus. Somebody celebrate him. This is unusual. This is unusual miracles.
Keep on receiving. Receive it. There is a crouch there. There is a crouch.
Something is happening. Something is happening. Glory to Jesus.
How many of you were here? You could not walk before. You could not walk. Those of you who had no wheelchair.
Lift your hand if you were in one of those wheelchairs.
Okay, can I see all of you running together? Let's run, run together. Run together.
Look at the power of God.
Look at this. Choir, give it to me.
Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run.
Look at this.
My God.
The worst evil people tend to be religious people. Because if they can't control you, they will quote the Bible and use that to control you. Religious people will weaponize the Bible to control you. Highly religious people will say things like, God told me. Well, great. He can tell me. I prayed about it. Well, who did you talk to? Did you dial up the dark side of the force? Who answered? And sometimes what religious people will do, they will try and shove you into their religious system. And sometimes there are schools of thought or entire books that are written by religious, dysfunctional, evil people to create control in generations of family systems. They're like, you just need to read this book. Well, you know what? I got this other book. I think I'm going to keep reading that.
Hello guys, welcome to the show. I hope everyone is doing just fine. I think that Ebed Amina needs to talk about this. Maybe this man of God here will stop, because this was the same thing that Paul Enenche was doing, like on every single crusade, until people started calling him out on this fakery and falsehood. Then all of a sudden there were no more wheelchairs. Now you have this other man of God who is also doing the same thing, you know. I saw a video, I think this was a comedian. He was saying that at a point in time, we as a society, or we as religious critics, have got to stop pointing fingers at these so-called preachers and started questioning the reasoning faculty of the so-called members. That was what he was saying. And his whole point was that how can someone with a PhD or master's or BA be that gullible? How can someone who is highly educated be that stupid? That we must, at a point in time, hold those gullible members to account. Because if your preacher tells you that you shouldn't put on an earring because somehow it is not godly, while at the same time having his wedding or marriage ring on, then you must ask yourself a question, or ask him, the preacher, or her, the preacher, a question. What is the difference between my earring and your wedding ring? Are they not rings? Are they not made from the same metal? That you must ask them this question. And I think it is true. Because how can you say that all those people there are running helter-skelter without asking themselves the logical question, how can all this be for real? How can people who were crippled, who came in sitting in those wheelchairs, all of a sudden are not able to get up and start running. How is that even possible? How is that even possible? And you see people there screaming, hallelujah. You see people shouting, glory be to God. And you imagine the number of the number of people who are there just screaming and shouting, glory be to God. This is really sad, you know. This is so sad. You will expect people with brains to be able to think for themselves. But you'll be shocked. You'll be totally shocked. It's really sad. Honestly speaking, it is so sad. So sad. You know, like the person in this second video said, religious people are very dangerous people. And if you did not know that before, know it now. They are highly dangerous people. And whenever you're dealing with them, you have to be very careful. They will push down their will into your stomach. They will tell you that it is either what they say or nothing. And like the person said, they will use the Bible to justify whatever nonsense they are trying to push down your throat. I can say this because it is in the Bible. It must be like this because the Bible said so. They pick and choose the things in the Bible they want to uphold. They pick and choose the things in the Bible they share with their members. And some of the very extreme so-called preachers or religious people will go as far as making what they think is from the Bible the law. That's why you see religious fanatics come out and say all kinds of nonsense. Listen. You must understand certain things for yourself. You must understand how God operates. You must read the Bible for yourself if you are a religious person. Most of your so-called preachers are using you to better up themselves. Most of your so-called preachers are not out there looking out for you. You are on your own. If you ever thought that the church was a place where you find unity and togetherness, the church was a place where the welfare of the people comes first, then you are mistaken. You are mistaken. Because some preachers have put their own welfare and well-being ahead of that of the members. They will take care of themselves first before anything else. Be careful with them. Be really careful. And please, do not forget to share your thoughts and opinions with us in the comment section below. Like always, we love hearing what you think. Kindly like the video, kindly share the video, kindly tell a friend or two about our platforms because we are relying on your support to make this platform bigger and to make sure that our content get to a wider audience. Your help and support shall be highly appreciated. And thank you very much for doing just that.